So, how do while loops work and why are they different from conditional statements? Well, we've looked at how while loops work. It's a simple counting process using a counter. Well, they're different from conditional statements because conditional statements only take effect on a condition, whereas while loops, they happen until we tell them to stop. So that's how both of those are different. And you would use each one of those in different circumstances or different programs that you're creating. So, the first way we can use while loops is just like we use greater than or less than, we can use some of the other symbols. So for example here, I've created a simple sort of mini quiz sort of program that asks the user to enter the answer to a question. And then what I'm saying here is if you think all the way back to that chart that I've shown you here, we have an exclamation mark and an equal sign just here. And I'll show you this program in Create with Code in a second. So if we flip back to the chart, we can see that the exclamation mark and the equal sign mean not equal to. So what this program is saying is while the answer, which is what the user is entering, does not equal Paris, so whatever we enter, if it doesn't equal Paris, then it's going to tell us that the answer is incorrect. So while this program is running, we've got the answer wrong until we enter Paris. Otherwise, it's going to print correct, well done. So let's again take a look at how this method works in Create with Code. So here we have my quiz. Let me find it. Task 2, here we go. So, while answer does not equal Paris. So if I run this program now, it's asking me the question, just like it does here, what is the capital of France? Well, I can enter anything, so I could enter Rome. Now I know that's wrong, and I hope you all know that's wrong too. If I click OK, it tells me it's incorrect, and to try again. So what's happening here is it's saying while answer does not equal Paris. So answer at the moment equals Rome. So the variable answer equals Rome. So if I put a comment in here, this variable currently equals Rome. Is Rome the same as Paris? No. Is that text the same? No. So this while loop is going to stay true in a sense. So the answer does not equal Paris. So print and ask the user to input again. So maybe let's try London. So input now equals London. If we put that in a comment. Well, we know London is not the same as Paris, so again, this while loop is still true. So it tells us that the answer is incorrect and to try again. So now let's enter Paris. So in a moment, this variable will equal Paris. So if I click OK, the program tells me I've got it correct, well done. Because what's going to happen here is we'll answer, while answer does not equal Paris, well now we know that answer does equal Paris. So it's telling me this loop is breaking, so it doesn't print this because this is no longer true, and it prints correct, well done. So again, this is a simple way of creating while loops using those operating symbols from that chart. So if I switch back to the presentation now, and I want you to move on to task 2. So what I want you to do is I'm going to give you, either through Teams or in the lesson, that quiz code. And what I want you to do is add a simple counter to that question. So what I want you to do is create a counter variable, just like we did in task 1, where we counted up from 1 to 20. And I want you to add that into this program. And I want your counter to count how many times the user has attempted that question. So if I had that counter in my program, the program would say I'd attempted that question 3 times because I entered Rome, London, and then another option, if I remember correctly. So the program would say I'd attempted that question 3 times. So remember, think back to task 1. You can rewind the video if you need to, add a counter to that program that adds one to counter every time the user attempts that question. Okay? So pause the video here and complete this task. Please ask for help if you don't understand it, and I can explain it a little bit more for you and provide you a little bit more support. But again, please pause the video here. Okay, hopefully you've all had a good go at that task. Let's move on.